Let's look at some YouTuber fan art, shall we? For this next pick overview, we've got a picture of Brett Cooper and Reagan Conrad together. Brett Cooper and Reagan Conrad are both very popular conservative news reporters on YouTube. They're both famously known for their work with the Daily Wire. Now, of course, at the time I'm doing this pick overview, we're coming up on exactly a year ago since Brett Cooper, she was the original host of the comment section, the YouTube channel known as the comment section. She left the channel and she was replaced with Reagan Conrad as the host. And that was a very controversial move to a lot of people. There's a lot of rumors and drama tabloids and soap opera acts and stuff suggesting that Reagan Conrad backstabbed Brett Cooper and stole her job. But I personally don't believe in those rumors. I saw the final video, Brett Cooper did for the comment section. She herself clearly said she wasn't being forced out, and said that Reagan, her best friend, who was also the bridesmaid at her wedding, she would be replacing her as the host. No harm, no foul. So I don't 100% believe any of those lies and rumors that Reagan is a conniving backstabber. Even if she and Brett probably had some sort of disagreement off camera. First of all, that's none of our business, as y'all know. And secondly, that's just for them to work out. Best friends do have disagreements, and that's between them, and it's none of our business. But as I currently believe that they are still best friends, I've drawn several different pictures of them both together just to prove to everybody how silly they are for thinking Reagan is a conniving backstabber. That they're both with Daily Wire. Brett Cooper technically isn't part of Daily Wire anymore, but the way I look at it, she's still technically part of Daily Wire. She never completely left Daily Wire. I remember when I used to work at McDonald's, um, a lot of people who quit their job at McDonald's or got fired from McDonald's, I noticed they still tended to come back to the store, not necessarily to work, but, just to chill, just to vibe. They were still welcome customers, so they were still technically part of who they worked for, even if they didn't work with them anymore. And I believe that bond is true with Brett Cooper. Brett Cooper herself even mentioned in her video about Charlie Kirk when he was assassinated. She herself mentioned that she still gets in touch with the Daily Wire even if she doesn't really work for them anymore. So a part of her is still technically with the Daily Wire. Now, of course, a lot of my viewers who watch my videos about my PBS fan art and my Mr. Rogers and Sesame Street fan art and all that sort of stuff are probably wondering, well, now, wait a minute. Since they're Trump supporters, they obviously don't support PBS. What does PBS have to do with this? Well, see, I sometimes watch these people, but that doesn't necessarily mean I have to agree with their views. You don't have to agree with everybody you watch on YouTube. Indeed, many of us never 100% see eye to eye with our favorite content creators. Now, if these women hate PBS and want to see it stay defunded, well, that's their opinion. That's perfectly fine. I personally support PBS. I'm mad that PBS is defunded, but that's my opinion. But I also have a lot of respect for Charlie Kirk, even though I barely ever knew him while he was still alive. My family didn't even really know him until the day he was shot. But it was still a bad thing that he died. Like, he did not deserve that. So that's awful, and I do respect and have condolences for his grieving widow and his kids. That's one thing that I agree with the Daily Wire on, even if I don't agree with them on everything else. And I certainly do not agree with all of Reagan's haters that Reagan is a backstabber who stole Brett's job. I appreciate what both Brett Cooper and Reagan Conrad do, respectively, even if they don't actually work together anymore. I believe that they are still the best of friends, and everybody who's trying to say that they're haters and trying to cancel Reagan Conrad, they're all just bored and trying to start drama. But anyways, that's pretty much all I have to say about this pick overview. Bit of a controversial one, I know, but we had to get it out of the way. So, thanks for viewing.